Today, as planned, we will be taking on Manchester United. We've drawn bloody Newcastle again, so we're playing Newcastle again for the third time in 4 competitive games. Can we at least beat them this time? We've also had a couple of sales, and by the end of this video, I'm hoping at least one big, maybe, signing, but at least one signing. This is Gravis Gamer. My name is Duncan. Welcome back to the Journeyman. So hi, welcome in. And that first sale that we had today was John Calland. After only making his debut, we have sold him in a deal worth a total of £21 million to Sassuolo. I say it in total, it is £21 million, it's just obviously paying it up. The second big sale is Marin. We have sold him in a deal worth £90 million to West Ham United. I can't remember exactly how it's broke down. It is either 50 up front and then 40 over 3 years, or 40 up front and 50 over 3 years. There's also a 10% of profit should they ever sell him on. The third player who could be leaving is Marco Arntz. Although it looks like it will initially be out on a loan, but if he plays X amount of games for certain clubs, or the one other deal I've accepted, which was an optional fee, that'll be a deal worth around £34-35 million. And considering we signed him for 30, I will take that little bit of profit. Why are we selling these guys on? Well, I really want to bring in either a new defensive mid or a new centre-back. Preferably somebody who could play both positions. Now, I did have one player in mind, but that one player, when I find him, has no interest in joining. It's Phil Jeffrey. He has just signed a new deal with Manchester City and has zero interest now of leaving. He would have been perfect. He would have probably played most, if not all, the games. But it's this type of player that I really want to bring in now and really strengthen our defensive quality of our side. But today we are taking on Manchester United first, and we are playing, arguably, for the first time in competitive games, our strongest 11. Norris in goals, Gomez, Laskowski, Estrada, Aina back four, with Guilherme and Malkov in defensive midfield. Lasur, Sinval and Diabate make up the attacking mids, with Jones, the new club captain, leading the line. We have over £200 million to spend. The decision I've got now is, do I spend it on a guy who will play centre half predominantly or defensive mid predominantly? I am not sure, but I just feel like defensively we are not as strong as we need to be. Excuse me. If we were going to try and bring in another goalkeeper, we're talking about spending like 130 million for somebody who is slightly better than Norris. And in my own head, I just can't justify that to myself, you know. If there was a goalkeeper who was head and shoulders above him, I would go for it. I would go for it right now if I could. The problem is I haven't actually found one who is. Now, is my problem then the consistency of Norris? Possibly. But I can't really guarantee consistency from other goalkeepers either, so it's a tough one to decide what to do. Truthfully, it's a very tough one for me to decide what to do. Jones is still on corners. Yay. But yeah, so we've got to hope for a better result today. Something I didn't mention was that after the Newcastle disappointment, Manchester City lost 1-0 to Everton. So straight away, both teams have lost points. I would say theirs is a lot more unexpected than ours. I think Newcastle will be tough for every team this season. So I'm not too surprised. I mean, considering that we managed to beat Manchester City 6-1 and we still finished 8 points behind them, sometimes the good teams will just run over the top of you. We get that. I just want to make sure that doesn't happen as much as possible. Hence why I really want to bring quality, a good bit of quality, into the defensive part of our team. Right now, though, we've not really done much here, which is a little bit concerning half hour in, but it's not majorly the end of the world. Gomez with a decent enough tackle. Guilherme picks up that loose ball. We get it back to Norris, to Guilherme. Give it to Malkov. There we go. This is a good start now. That is a really bad ball to Diabate. Manchester United have picked it up. He's had a shot from distance, but is well over the bar. That was not great. That was not great. The only other player in our side that I'm considering selling is McClelland. I'm just reluctant to because he's homegrown and club and country. That's not good enough at all. So, in terms of resting for a European squad, he's fine for that. Which I'm kind of don't want to do. I mean, I don't want to sell him and lose that. Hence why I'm kind of looking for homegrown players that could maybe come in and replace. That's why I was so keen on Jeffrey. But he doesn't want to leave Manchester City, and I can't blame him. So, it is what it is. We will move on to other targets. At the moment, Diabate gets back to Estrada. Probably should have played a first-time ball over the top to Aina, but he hasn't. It's now Laskowski. Lesueur, good ball out to Gomez. He's got the pace. Will he use it? He does. Swings the ball in. Jones heads it, but can't get it near a player or even on target. So, but I guess we are starting to create a little bit. Leo Lesueur's taken the end of season form last year right into his first game this season with a 6.3. That is alarming for me. Still don't have Vaz back. He'll be back for the next game. So we're going to bring on Cotter again. He will play as a fullback. On defend, I think. Oh, wrong one. Let's put him on support actually, just to try and get up the park a bit. So we'll have Gomez as winger. Diabate's having a poor game, but so is Sinval. Kinda struggling here today just to get anything going. So we're just going to make that one change and see if that helps in any way. Malkov to Estrada now. Diabate inside to Sinval. Plays it to Malkov. To Jones, has a shot from distance. That is well wide. He had time as well. He really had time. Going to use a second stoppage in a minute to make another probably 2 or 3 substitutes, but I'm going to wait till this danger's over. I think I'm going to take off Guilherme and Diabate. Gomez with the header. Unlucky. Yeah, let's make the changes we kind of need. Solheim's not there. Why is Solheim not there? Shit. Okay, it's going to have to be Mustafa Cisse who will come in as a Segundo Volante, whatever that is going to do for us. Okay, whatever. And I also said I'm going to bring on John Derry, which we have. Also going to bring on Diallo. We'll play him as a shadow striker as well. See if this makes any noticeable difference to how we're going to play. Right, header by Court, header by Sinval. Good tackle by Malkov, but the second ball still picked up by Man United. Can Cotter block the cross? Doesn't need to. Glenn picks up the loose ball, gets it to Jones. Sinval now. Dispossessed far too fucking easy. Block the cross, block the cross. Oh, did almost everything right there. 20 minutes remaining on the game. Going to demand more. Going to demand more. Why did I not pick Solheim? Solheim has signed a new contract as well as a squad player, which I'm actually happy with. He's developing quite nicely. So that's happened. So he's on an extended contract and a pay rise and a squad promotion type thing. Malkov's fucked, which is not what you want to see. So I'm going to bring on Van Langen. Let's just make this look weird as all hell. Van Langen will just drop in the middle of there. It's a ball winning defender on cover. Somebody's to go midfield. Fuck. Let's just make a kind of asymmetric thing look like this. We'll see if that works out in the end for us. Probably not. Gomez has now picked up an injury, which, great. He's offside. That's probably going to be the final whistle then, which means it's Manchester United 0, Arsenal 0. 1 point out of 6 in the league so far. Not a great start, but we started with 2 very tough games, to be fair. Doesn't mean I'm going to let the players away from it. But it's not an ideal start, but it was tougher than we'd probably have liked. Let's see how bad these 2 injuries are. Malkov is out with a stubbed toe. Great. Gomez will be out for a few days as well. So both are probably going to miss the Newcastle game, but will be back. For fuck's sake, for the Liverpool game. Seriously, why have we got such a hard start to the fucking season? Then we have Derby and then Chelsea in the league. That is a horrifically bad start. Our Champions League games that we're getting is Manchester City, bloody hell, Bayern Munich, Maccabi Tel Aviv, Lyon, Borussia Dortmund, FC Porto, Karabag, and Feyenoord. That's actually really tough. That's actually really tough. We might not get automatic promotion. The round skip. We might not finish the top 8 in that Champions League. Jump for the Newcastle game and any other transfers we might end up making. We are back for the second game of the episode, and we're in the middle of transfer deadline day. And trust me when I say it is absolutely fucking hectic. We have bids in for 3 players. We have offers in for 2 of our players, one of them being Norris. So everything is going to, oh god, hell. And if anything comes of it, we'll show you after the game. But right now, there's like 3 hours left of the transfer window. The bids that I thought would have been accepted and done, the players haven't agreed to contracts for whatever reason. So we may have a new striker and a new defender, but they haven't agreed to come in yet, which if they don't is going to leave me a bit short to find a replacement. If Norris goes, we are talking to like one club is flat out just not budging. They're not selling. One club wanting an extortionate amount of money. We're in talks with one player who, if Norris goes, he'll come in as a replacement. Genuinely don't know what our European squad look like, because I don't know who's going to be able to be registered right now. It's all going to hell in a handbasket, but we'll see. Whatever. So, and then today we have like injuries and fitness issues amongst a whole host of other things, which make me have to swap some players around. Today, in goals will be a Mato, because Norris is... I'd rather he focused on if he's going to leave or not than this cup game. Also, it is a cup game. I want to play Mato in the cup. Cotter's coming in for the injured Gomez. Van Langen is not going to come in for Olszewski. There'll be Van Langen and Estrada. Royals will start because I do want to give him minutes. Plus, playing a bit more of a defence full-back, I do need somebody from the other side to be putting the crosses in. Plus, if he's putting the crosses in here, you imagine that Tabos will come inside, and then you've got try to get the ball to Jones, Lesueur, or Diaby. Anyway, Guilherme is in defence mid with Cisse starting, as Malkov is injured, Lesueur, Diaby, Tabos, as I said, and Jones up top. On the bench, Van Langen, McClelland, Olufemi, Aina, Vaz, Sinval, Derry, Diallo, who I'm trying to get out, nobody wants him, and Jason. Man, this is going to be an awkward one, but hey ho. We need to finally beat Newcastle. Please let us beat Newcastle today. We are the team in red, obviously they are. Both teams are in their traditional kits. I don't really need to explain who is who anymore, do I? I think we all know by this point in the save. So yeah, the deadline days went absolutely mental. The striker we bid for actually might be playing against us. I'm sure he's at Newcastle. But we bid for him after the Man United game, like at most like a day after the Man United game. I honestly thought that deal would have been tied up. For whatever reason, it's not. He's not playing against us. I don't know if he's on their bench or not. I guess I'll check. He's not even on their bench, so he's not going to be cup tied if he does come to us. The centre back is at Manchester City. He's up for sale, I think, but we've made a bid for him. He would absolutely strengthen our back four options. He's probably just as good as, if not better than, Estrada. So having like Van Lang, Laskowski one side, Estrada this lad another would be massive for us. If Norris goes, we're trying to bring in either the Villarreal goalkeeper, the Atletico Madrid goalkeeper, or the Napoli goalkeeper. Villarreal are just not selling. We have offered deals worth from about 130 to 160 million. Atletico Madrid were roughly the same, but they want to sign a replacement first, which is holding up that deal. The Norris deal's being held up because we need to sign a replacement first, and I don't even know if he's accepted to go as of yet. And the Napoli deal isn't contingent on anything, it's just the player who needs to accept. So right now there's a lot of stuff going on, and I am... At least I know if we can't get a goalkeeper agreed and Norris goes, no, what, I want to leave. Because Norris doesn't want to leave. When the offer came in, he was like, I have no interest in Manchester City. But when they offered a deal worth like 111 or 110 million pounds plus a 10% sell on or 10% profit, I can't remember exactly. I was like, you know what, I'll take it because we've seen it ourselves with Norris. He's not consistent for us. Now, he could go on and be consistent with Manchester City, that is true. It could be a defence issue, but anyway, it doesn't matter. We've seen that. We thought, you know what, I'll at least let him talk to the club, and we'll see what happens. So at least I know I'll not be short a goalkeeper. But I would very much like another striker and centre half in him, because if Arntz goes out on loan, we will be short a defender, because Olafemi, as much as he can cover in there, I'd rather have an actual option in there other than someone who can just cover. So yeah, I'm a bit nervous at the moment. And that's on top of results not going our way. Our old club Exeter are winning 4-2 away from home against Blackpool. That's good to see. Right, an hour's played. Nothing's really happening, but we do have some players who are getting a bit tired, so that's probably now when we need to start changing things up just a little bit. We're going to bring on Sinval. We're going to take off Tabos. We'll bring on Derry. I'm probably thinking that's the only change I'm going to make at the moment. I can't really play with two advanced playmakers on the left, so like in number 10 and on the left, so bringing on Sinval pretty much means that Tabos should probably come off anyway, but it's not playing great. But he's somebody else I think will be fine once he settles in, the same way that Diabate was, and the same way Derry was. Same way that all our players seem to be. Cisse, Jones, almost gets the ball to Lesueur there. Isn't having a bad game today, which is good to see. Guilherme's picked up that ball. He's wanted by Juventus, so is Derry, and Diabate are all wanted by Juventus, but they haven't bid, thankfully. Haven't made a decision to make there. Derry cuts it back for Royals. Throws at the back post. Lesueur with a header. And that is exactly what I wanted Royals there to do. Be my Gomez on the other side. And that ball shows exactly what he can do. What a ball in from Royals. Let's just watch it again. Does even just the first time ball in. Lesueur, back post, heads it home. We are now 1-0 up, thankfully, and with that I am going to make a couple of changes. I'm going to bring in Jason because Jones is knackered. Don't want to lose Guilherme. I don't have a defensive mid I can sub on, so I am going to have to risk it. Cor's not having the best game. He's been solid-ish. Let's bring on McClelland, who will be more solid. Lesueur is shattered as well. Let's bring on Vaz, and that can be our last changes of the game. 20 minutes to try and see out here. Derry, Royals to Derry, just lets the ball run, should have took a touch. Newcastle tried to clear it, falls to Guilherme, advances out of the box, cuts it across, and whoever that was fumbles it. Cisse tries to get it, Guilherme with a shot from distance, well over the bar. We are playing a lot better today than we have in the other two games against Newcastle this season, which wouldn't be hard, to be fair, but it's good to see a bit of an improvement. Sinval, what can he do? He can get tackled and be dispossessed. Royals, back to Cisse, tries to get it to Vaz, who's dispossessed. The referee, who, if that's Mike Law over house, he's still reffing, It gave a penalty, but it's a VAR check, and it is a penalty. Former Arsenal man Martinho has given away a penalty. Jason Van Duyven slots it home. It's his first goal for the club, and he makes it 2-0 on the day. At least we're having a win against Newcastle on deadline day, I guess. 12 minutes plus added time remaining. And I'm going to have to rest some of these players for the next couple of games. We're just going to come back for the next couple of games because all of our games right now are incredibly difficult. So we may as well just stick with that and see how we go on against the good opposition, I suppose. Instead of games we should be winning, necessarily. Royals to Derry. Gets it all the way back to Estrada to Guilherme. Tries to get inside to Derry. It does. Still Derry. Shot is deflected out. It is a corner kick. Derry will be taking the corner as an in-swinger. Back post. Laskowski can't win it. It's headed out for another corner. I don't know who we're hitting this one. Derry, maybe? No, it's Vaz. Vaz will hit it. Renowned for being shit at them. Guilherme shot from distance. Goes wide, but Exeter winning 7-3. Well done, Exeter. Well done, lads. Sandval hits a shot, but it is awful. Oh my god. By the way, if we get the 3 signings in on deadline day, assuming that Norris leaves, we have probably spent more on deadline day than we have the rest of the summer. Jordan Day with another goal against us, and it's another cracker. Some of the players that Leeds had, I'm surprised they got relegated. Fair enough, they lost Day 2 seasons ago, but a couple of the players they've got are top quality players. Even now, they've got a 31-year-old midfielder who I was kind of interested in, but I don't want to spend 51 million on a 31-year-old. Although I would if it was a goalkeeper, but that's just different. But yeah. 6 minutes added on time. There's still plenty of time for them to come back into this game. Well, they are back into it, I guess, but there's plenty of time for them to equalise, which would be a bit of a nightmare. I now know why Solheim wasn't in the last game. He was injured. I think he had a virus or something. Come on, Estrada, just win it. Or block the cross. Oh, good tackle, Estrada. He heard them signing a left-sided centre-half, and he's like, oops. He's better than Arntz, I better be careful. Sinval with a weirdly ambitious shot from distance. Don't even know why he tried it. Cleveland, it's done. It's 2-1 Arsenal. We're through at the next round of the Carabao Cup. And I guess join me at the end of transfer deadline day where we find out what the hell has actually gone on. So deadline day is over. We now have the joint highest wages in the league with Manchester City. We spent £434 million in total. We got 35 players out, be it sales and loans. We brought in 11 players. We've essentially signed enough players for a full 11, which is fun. Let's talk then about what happened. So, hectic is not the word. Let's deal with the outs. Marco Arntz has went out on loan to Cagliari. If he makes 20 league appearances, he will be sold for £38 million, but with the monthly fees and stuff paid and how much the contract they're paying, it ends up working out to be about £34 million total, which is fine. Little profit on him. He was absolutely fine for us. He made, 29 appearances last season, and the season we brought him in, he made 14. So, you know what? Over 40 appearances in a couple of seasons. Relatively solid enough. Can't complain. We move him on. Happy days. The next one, maybe not as happy days, but Jordan Norris has been sold, in a deal worth £111 million. He is a leading Premier League defender. He is unlikely to improve. We know he dreads playing in those matches. It says he's a fairly consistent performer. We really never saw it, but that is where he went. Let's talk about the stress of my life. The first deal that actually got done, but I just forgot to click accept, was the replacement for Norris. And it was... I actually hit it before we'd accepted the deal for Norris. I accepted it. I was like, fuck, if Norris doesn't go, we're stuck with him. But it doesn't matter. Moritz Seidel. We'll go for Seidel. He's come in. He is a very solid goalkeeper. He relishes big matches. He's apparently consistent. He's a competent role model. Very good at one-on-ones. I am very happy with him. If we actually compare him with Norris, we'll ignore that and let's look at it here. Overall, he's a better shortstop. He's got better distribution. He's more eccentric, which I can't remember if that's a good thing. But in terms of like speed, mental communication, they are pretty much the same. So, all in all, overall, he's probably a better goalkeeper, and that is probably also shown in the stats. Norris had a better aerial reach, but that's it. Or he's more like to punch the ball as well. But reflexes, rushing out tendency and things. So when we maybe have Norris stuck on the line, we're not going to have that as much with Seidel. Better at throwing the ball. Slightly better one-on-ones. He's better at kicking the ball. Get far better handling. Good first touch compared to him. Everything looks a bit better. What I do like though is get a better agility. He's more balanced, stuff like that. But he is, all in all, an improvement. The only thing that I'm not happy with is maybe the decisions on the decision making. Norris is better at that. But overall, I'm happy with Seidel coming in. The next signing was Ray Cecilia. He is a 25-year-old Dutch international centre half. He is very solid. Indeed. Weirdly, it says covers better for him than defending, but to me, defending's better, but it doesn't overly matter to me. He's 6'2", he can cover in at left back if need be. He can actually cover very comfortably in defensive mid as well. So he came in as a perfect replacement, in my opinion. We signed him in a deal worth £95 million, and you see that coming in. Kenneth Botman is the fourth centre half. I don't think so. I think that's not true. I think he's easily just as good as, if not better, than Estrada. It says he doesn't enjoy big matches. We'll see. And he can be weird with passing. I'm not really looking for him to pass the ball out. But what he is, it's maybe close to potential. I don't care about that. But he can play in a couple positions. He'll fit in with a squad. He is highly reliable. Who doesn't often let his player get past him, which we like. He's very consistent. He's incredibly brave. It's exactly what we need from a centre-half or a ball-winning midfielder or anchorman in that midfield. And then the last signing is Norberto Rey, 28-year-old Argentinian striker, and he is coming in to partner and rotate with Jones. We have signed him for £65 million. Maybe not as prolific as you'd like if you're Newcastle, but you know what? I'm not going to criticise too much. 35 appearances, he scored 11 goals on his first season with Newcastle. He then scored 6 in 32, 1 in 14 sub appearances. Jesus Christ. 3 in 4 appearances. That season he also went out on loan at Everton though, where he scored 30 in 54 appearances. He then scored 17 in 39, 15 in... I can do maths. Hold on. 32 appearances. Wow, that was slow. He then scored 16 in 28 appearances, 10 in 31, and he hasn't scored yet this season. But he's came into us, and I think he'll be solid. He is 6'1". He is incredibly pacey. He's got good jumping reach. Again, maybe strength lets him down, but he's a very composed finisher, good at dribbling, good enough at heading. He will fit in, I think, very, very well with Jones. We spent a lot of money. I still think we've actually made a profit overall. Terrifying. But that is our deadline day business. Slanina is still not registered for the league. We knew this would happen. That is okay. And we go into the next games now. So next episode we are coming back. We are doing the Liverpool game in the league. Another tough game for us. And then an incredibly tough game in the Champions League where we take on Manchester City. If you enjoyed today's video, leave a thumbs up. In the comments below, let me know what you think for overall transfer business this window and how you think we're going to fare in the league. I'll see you on the next one. Take care, everyone.